Hello everyone. So in this video, this is going to be a very quick video, and I just want to show you guys how to add mesh to your unit. And this is going to be the last unit video, last unit video for at least like this chapter of the series per se. I might have some bonuses later on in this series, but as far as the main stuff goes, the main meat of this content, this is going to be the last video. And what I wanted to show you is that if you go into your Silics faction right here, you can see down that you need to have this thing, one of these data plugins, which is mapping and then remapping. Or it doesn't necessarily have to be mapping. It doesn't, or remapping. You can change it to give it whatever name you want, but make sure that whatever name it is consistent with what we're about to do. And so what that does is that if you go into your resources, or your file called resources, as I did, go into a file called textures, you can add in any type of textures that you want. And even if you call this not textures, but if you call this something like Silics pictures, whatever, that doesn't necessarily matter as long as you have it all be consistent and give it like a consistent name. So right here, I have blue texture. And this is for our titanium guys, so that way it's easier to separate which one is our titanium unit and which one is our normal unit. And so I just went right into paint right here, and I just created like a generic blue tile just to show, because this isn't necessarily meant to be like a very well polished mod. It's more meant to like just show you how things go. And so what you do, and I'll show you like how far you can take this later on, from the guy who I found this from. And so when you go into remapping, what you do is that you add in your material data. I think you could change this to whatever name you want, and that's fine. But the main thing right here is this right here. And so what you need to have this do is that this is the material property, and then what you do is that you say, hey, we're going to look for textures, and then we're going to look deeper inside the folder textures and look for blue texture. The document called bluetextures.png, and so you go in there, and then it applies this blue texture.png, and eventually you'll have it where it will look something like this. If I'm going to just move this guy out, just going to, what is this? That's my titanium. I'm going to just move this guy out, and as you can see a side-by-side comparison, these guys are, like, they look similar, but that's because of the texture style. This one's a bit more metallic, this one's a bit darker, but you could tell that there is a color difference. Like if I made this yellow, you can easily tell which one is which. And so I just want to give credit where credit is due. I found this from the guy who made the mod, Enchanter Combo. Just want to give a little shout out to this guy. I already did it in my first video, but this guy is a really good modder. I think a lot of what he's done has influenced the other guy that I was influenced by, which was the Necromancer's mod. I don't know this guy's name or his Steam profile, but like if you look up I'll probably send a little like link in the description. But if you look him up, he has resources, and if you look in the textures, you could go as far as this and add in like very specific textures. And basically, let's say that you want to have it where, okay, so for Silics this might be fine, but let's say that, you know, you have a Kazanji, and like this blue texture will just wrap around the entire Kazanji, and you don't want your entire Kazanji be blue. Well, this is where this guy comes in really handy, because he mapped out all of these different texture elements for you guys, and they're very well designed. It's a very cool, creative mod, and so I just wanted to point this out because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known about this whole texture thing. And this is just incredible work, and not even just with that, but I mean, taking a look at his pictures as well, it's just very, very high detail and deserves a lot more credit than I think what he gets on Steam. This is like, honestly, this seems to be like this seems to be like as good as like that mod that everyone has, the vanilla mod, I think. But anyways, this is like just another phenomenal mod that everyone should have. Just about like just the artwork itself is just brilliant and very well passioned. So yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to point that out. And yeah. So if you want to add textures to your characters, this is how you can do it. So anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video.